Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, current CNN political analyst and former vice president of the NFL Communications, Joe Lockhart, admitted that the NFL made a mistake by not bringing back Colin Kaepernick. So let's talk about that for a minute. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I seen an article come up, I think in my Twitter feed, and somebody called me yesterday. And I looked into the article. I don't even need to know what he's saying. Who cares? Because they wanted to, same thing with the country. Let me say that first. Instead of making sure everything's safe and, telling companies, car notes, mortgages, rent, leases on buildings, utilities, hey, don't charge them. You know what I'm saying? Let them slide, get rid of them. We're going to kind of do a stimulus for the businesses so some of these people can survive, you know what I'm saying, or put a stop payment and we just redo your lease or something like that. So if it's March, April, and we took those months off, then your lease starts May, June. It's just 2 more months extension on your lease or on your loan or your car note, whatever the situation may be. They didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? They still charging late fees. They still want their money. 100 wasn't enough. But they are willing to sacrifice lives to keep the economy going. The NBA is willing to sacrifice lives to salvage the season because they don't want to lose the money they lost in China. They lost $500 million because of coronavirus. So player safety, people safety, it doesn't matter. Same thing with the NFL. They wanted to retain their white audience and didn't care about their black audience. That's it. So they was willing to sacrifice the black audience for the white audience. And that's why they didn't get Kaepernick a job. Oh, I won't go down there and pay no more. But you're not noticing like 90% of your players are black. But 99.9% of your owners are white. It's one minority owner, an Indian guy, Shad Khan. He's the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So at the end of the day, if it was the fifth, we all be drunk. If don't get Kaepernick back in the league. Oh, the Vikings should sign Kaepernick. Oh, we made a mistake. Goodell, I don't care what Goodell got to say. I don't care what DeMurray Smith got to say. I don't care what Odell Beckham got to say. I don't care what Jerry Jones got to say about this. They are cowards, bro. The NFL is filled with 100% cowards. From the whites to the blacks to the coaches to the players to the quarterbacks to the running backs. They filled with cowards. I don't have no feelings for Cam Newton. If you remember the look that Kaepernick gave him when he didn't help him out, look at Cam Newton. He sat there buck dance raccoon and he don't have a job. May not have a job. Look at Dak Prescott, about to get railroaded by a white quarterback who couldn't get it done in Cincinnati. He sat there and did what Jerry said. He raccooned out, and look at him now. So I don't want to hear from none of them, bro. I don't care if they mama got stumped out in the protest. I don't care. I don't care what Carson Wentz say. I don't care what Joe Burrow say. I don't care what Zach Ertz say. I don't care what none of these dudes say. Because other than Joe Burrow, I give him a pass. And I think Carson Wentz may have been around. Yeah, he was around that time. Forget all that. The NFL players are weak. And they're not just showing they weak, in this situation. They've been showing they weak for contracts for years. Not fighting for the people that put the foundation in the league down, and make sure they get lifetime benefits and better pensions. They don't fight for themselves. They let these NFL owners bully them around. And all of a sudden, you telling us something that we already knew about Colin Kaepernick. We already knew that people was getting killed left and right. And what the NFL do? Oh, we're giving this amount of money to the black communities. No, man. We need you to support Kaepernick. Support change. Kaepernick's still doing it without a multi-billion-dollar backing. Now all of a sudden, people that was really, really loud and saying, "Oh, he doing this to be selfish. He doing this, because he don't have a job, or he lost his starting job." At the end of the day, those people being very, very loud when Kaepernick was kneeling, being very, very quiet. You ain't hearing any word come out their mouth right now. But these are the same people that if you go to the YouTube a thumbnail, the TMZ post, it's all white people laughing at Kaepernick when he do something. But these are the same white people who won't say nothing, who hide in their houses, who ain't gangster in the streets. Same Karens and Billies and you know, let's call the police on us. You know, for Colin Kaepernick, you know, he didn't need anybody's to solidify what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody to co-sign what you was doing. Now, I needed you to solidify and co-sign me then. But it wasn't a Kaepernick black thing. The NFL players don't stand up for themselves for nothing. But Joe Lockhart, you know, do the right thing and sign Kaepernick years later. Should have did the right thing then. Should have backed your player. It ain't like he was taking an isolated incident that happened one in every 100 years. It kept happening. It kept happening. It kept happening. And all they had to do is tell the media, look here, man, ESPN, don't show him kneeling. That's it. It's a simple fix. But the media ran with it. The media took it to another stratosphere. From Kaepernick, I don't even want to go back and be part of that whack-ass league, to be honest. Them spineless. I don't even want to break bread with them. I don't even want to lead them weak teams. It was only a very, very few, like Kenny Stills and Eric Reed, and very, very few players that stood up with him, kneeled with him, and kept standing by him. The rest of them dudes, they don't even stand up for their own self. You know, we already knew this dude deserved to be in the league. We already knew they've been killing innocent black people. And all of a sudden, it's another string of another string of killings happen. Now, oh yeah, he was right. They've been doing this for years. Rodney King, the assassination of Malcolm X, assassination of MLK. It's been going on for years. Stop and frisk in New York. Pulling over a car, if you see it with 3 or 4 or 5 black people in there, pulling over and they ain't even do nothing. In LA, dropping them off in rival territory so they can get beat on. I mean, you can just keep going on and on and on. But you know what? They don't feel our reality because they're not close to our reality. You know, they can't sympathize with us. Put them in our position. That's it. Put them in our position. No pops. You know what I'm saying? Or no mother. Grow up in the system. Grow up in the hood where your opportunities ain't as plentiful. And then they kill themselves. The same thing that happen all the time. You know, these people get stressed out over a little bit of nothing and they kill themselves. You put us in our position, you would have killed yourself when you was 1 year old. You know, but with Kaepernick, we don't need their validation. I don't need Joe Lockhart's validation. You want to do the right thing when you're not in a position to do the right thing. You could have took that article and shoved it where the sun don't shine. Could have ate it. When you was in a position to advocate for him, you didn't. Plain and simple. When you was in a position to kneel with him, no. Y'all vilified him. Y'all mocked him by kneeling, a fake kneel because of what Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. He don't run the NFL. And obviously y'all didn't like Donald Trump enough to let him buy the Buffalo Bills. People forget that. Donald Trump was trying to buy the Buffalo Bills when the owner died. Was it Ralph Wilson the third or some shit like that? Donald Trump couldn't even buy the Buffalo Bills. But he can be the president of the United States. Let that sink in for a minute. So, of course, he's going to chastise and poke the bear, and he's going to play the role with the NFL owners easily because they shut him out. Had they given him the Buffalo Bills, we wouldn't even be in the position we in today. He wouldn't be running for president, guaranteed you. The amount of money he would have made with the Bills was none compared to what he's making in the White House. That's an 8-year run. Buffalo Bills is something he could pass down to a son, a daughter's daughter. He could pass that down. He was looking for something to validate his legacy. And when he couldn't get the Bills, he like, shit, I'll take president. It's even better. So he had a gripe to pick with the NFL. So any little thing he could have nitpicked with them for them denying him out of their little boys club or their little country club or their little fraternity, that's what it is. And a lot of y'all Dallas Cowboy fans, you know, advocating for the Cowboys, y'all got the most racist owner out there in Jerry Jones. He was the main dude trying to keep Kaepernick out the league. And he the main dude that's turning you dudes against Dak Prescott and paying him. He leaking all that false information out there, and y'all falling for it. I don't care how much, you know, I love my team. If they out there doing bigotry like Jerry Jones, man, I take this shit off and burn it. Real talk. You know, but hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. You check CNN for that horseshit article if you want to read it. It's a little bit 3-4 years too late. But hey, don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check out the NFL playlist for more videos like this. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate, share the video. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We go.